Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Daneen Ashworth of Compass HR. So thank you for your time today, Daneen.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so we're just going to have a nice casual conversation, ask you a couple questions, and hopefully we can give our viewers some tips about HR and what they could be doing. You know, obviously they are, business owners. Maybe they're trying to expand their business, and you could give some tips on, what they should be looking for, stuff like that.
Absolutely. I would love to.
right.
I love business.
Yeah. Good morning, today.
Good morning.
Yeah.
So how long have you been in HR?
I've been in HR for 7 years now.
7 years.
Yeah.
Interesting field. I bet.
It is.
I bet you have your challenges as well, like all the rest of us, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I have my own employees, so I'm not just coming from a point of view where, hey, you all have to do this. I have to do it too.
So this is a business that you own and operate with your husband?
Yes, absolutely. He owns the payroll side. I own the HR side, but we own and operate it all together.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Wow. Yeah. Business is good?
California keeps me in business.
California keeps you. Yeah, I want to talk to you a little bit about that. But tell us a little bit about the services that you provide to business owners here in the Valley.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's just a huge need for human resources. The legislature and the laws are such out here, especially in California, but other states as well, that really even the small guys have to follow the same rules as the big guys, but they don't have those resources to have someone. They don't have a full-time HR person in there to do that. And so that's where my place is just to sit in that spot for them and to become their HR department so that they can be as compliant as they'd like to be. Right. Some of my clients will say to me, I don't want to be that compliant. It's great. It's their business. You choose. I'm just going to give you that information and tell you how to do it.
Now, I know the laws in California are always evolving. And as a business owner, it's been a challenge to just try to keep up. But I've found that we've kind of always fallen behind and are playing catch up. Is that common?
That is very common. And really, we're at the end of the legislative, session for this time. Everything that needed to get through the Assembly or the Senate and has crossed over. And now they're going ahead and anything that's passed is sitting on the governor's desk, and we are just daily checking to see what is he signing in, what is he vetoing, what's going to happen. And so then we start planning for the next year.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking to myself, isn't Daneen involved with the chamber and what else are you involved in around?
I'm also involved in SHRM, that's Society of Human Resource Managers, and that is a group for HR professionals. The current chapter out here is called Southern California Wine Country, and I sit as the president as well as the legislative director. And then I also sit on Southwest County Legislative Council as well.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can keep going if you want me to go. People,
Keep
I count
going.
your time to
Tell
work.
us. It's interesting.
Keep going. What else you got?
I'm not all that important, but
I love it.
I am helping to plan the legislative summit that the Temecula Chamber of Commerce is putting on. And I sit on the state SHRM board of directors and serve as their
So
on their
you're kind of
legislative.
busy, huh?
I am. I'm productive, not busy.
That's good. I like that. Productive, not busy.
Productive, not busy. Busy means you're just spinning your tires, not getting anywhere.
Are you also going up to Sacramento on occasion?
Yes, my goal is to do 2 to 3 legislative visits, whether it's Washington, D.C. Usually that's once a year, if at all. Pretty much the laws in California are so much different than the federal laws. I focus all of my intentions on Sacramento and meet with the legislators and talk about bills that are proposed and, hey, we support this one, we oppose this one, this is what it looks like for the small business if they had to do that.
Interesting.
So you're like our voice, so to speak, a mouthpiece for business owners here.
Absolutely, yes.
That's great.
Yes.
What is it that you're seeing? Are you seeing that our laws are I don't know how to put it correctly. I mean, I don't want to say progressive, but are they evolving and becoming more expanding and providing more oversight for business or becoming onerous for business, or what's your feeling on that?
Onerous is a great word to use.
Is that right?
It is.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking that.
You know, more and more every year, we're just seeing more leaves of absences. And what we're seeing in the state level, they'll start with something for people with 50 employees. And then as the years go by, okay, now it's for 5 employees, if you have 5 or more employees. And even now, recently, the mandated retirement plans for everyone, in a year or two, it's going to go down if you even have 1 employee. Everybody's going to be on the California mandated retirement, which is called Cal Savers, or
Well,
you
that
can
makes
have
it
your own
hard
qualifying.
for companies that are just getting started that are
Right.
that small.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely.
Wow. So the costs are rising.
They are. They are. And it's, you know, there's a cost, and that's why business owners have to decide, we're going to do this or we're not going to do this. Here's the risk involved. Here are the penalties that could be associated if I don't do this. But sometimes you have no choice as a business owner.
Well, so what is your sense of it? Are you seeing that some business owners are opting out and saying we're just going to pick up and operate in another state, or they're going to buckle up and they're going to take it on?
Right. Only one of my clients has buckled up and moved to Arizona. It is, you know, much more employer friendly out in Arizona, but they have some wonky things as well.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Most of them are staying. You know, I do have some clients, you know, I come in when I'm first meeting with the client saying, hey, where do you want to be in 5 years? There's HR strategy is going to look wildly different if they're, hey, I want to sell in 3 years. I want to get, you know, earnings up so I can sell for top dollar.
Right.
Whereas I've had other clients who, I want to grow my business by 100% this year. Way different HR strategy.
Oh, yeah. Because you're taking on employees, right?
Right,
And you got to protect
absolutely.
the employees. You got to protect yourself. So, yeah, a lot of business strategy with both scenarios.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, because in the news you hear about, you know, all these people leaving the state of California, but that's why I'm asking you about business, because
That's a good
those
question.
are business owners that are leaving the state of California. They're,
yeah.
they're workers, right?
Right.
Workers,
Both.
yes. Yeah,
Probably
we have
both.
I've seen a lot of workers who are exiting the state. I also,
Why do you
know,
think that is? Why are businesses staying and workers are leaving?
well, the big business, some of the bigger businesses, larger corporations are leaving. You know, the
oh, well, we
requirements.
know about Tesla, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we
Tesla
all know
is
about
one
that,
of them.
right?
Yeah. Workers are leaving also because the cost of living is less. Taxation
Tax
is
is
less. Some people are fed up with they don't feel like their voice is being heard. You know, they just did a recent poll, I saw it in June, where bipartisan voters were interviewed, and here's what their needs were or their issues that they felt were important. Vastly different from what the legislators are legislating about.
Yeah.
The legislators are legislating about their own thing, and they're not taking the voice of the voters into consideration.
So you're saying they're not representing the people who put them in office?
That would be my stance, yes.
Kind of way. That's what I'm
That's
hearing.
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm hearing. Well, that's not good.
No.
No,
The change needs to happen then, right?
right. But it takes a lot of voices.
Yeah.
A lot of
Lot
votes.
of letters.
A lot of votes. People that, you know, want to see change, you got to get out and vote, right?
Absolutely.
I mean,
And write
how
to
you do
your
it.
legislators, write to your electeds. If you see a bill you don't like, write to somebody and say, hey, please don't support this, and this is why. Anyone could do that.
I was just wondering, and I can't remember off the top of my head, isn't there a bill that's for Newsom to be signed that's been passed already? That's he hasn't made the decision on signing it yet. That could be rather negative for. It's that bill about the appliances in the homes.
that we talked about.
We talked
Oh, right.
right. So he hasn't made the
Eliminating,
decision on whether he's going to.
Gas stoves.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
gas stove and switching to all electric appliances in homes. So he hasn't made a decision. He hasn't come out which way he's going to go on that.
He has until the 30th of September.
He has until the 30th of September.
So it's coming up for 15
Yeah,
more
it's-
days.
Oh,
That's
okay,
real
so
quick.
we're in the middle of September now. So interesting. What do you
Mm-hmm.
think? Is he going to sign it?
I don't know. I mean, there's so many bills. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
there's upwards of 3,000, 4,000 proposed for the year. I can't focus on all of them. I really
Right.
try to focus on those business bills
Right.
that, you know, are near and dear to my clients' hearts and
Right.
change their lives and change, hey, there's a handbook update this year, or hey, you have to really vastly change your business operations.
Well, living in California my whole life, the last 30 years, I've seen just a tremendous ramp up of new laws followed by tremendous amount of tax increases. Taxes all over the place. I remember we used to go for a snow day up in the mountains, remember when we were younger, and it was, you pull off the side of the road, you could go play. Now you need a wilderness pass and you have to make a reservation. So that money goes to the state. I always thought that was strange. And then the other thing they did was they started charging you to park at the beach.
Oh, yeah.
When I first saw that, I said, what is going on? Why do we have to pay for all these things that you never
It's tough.
use? Yeah, it is.
It's more and more taxes that are,
It is. It's more and more
put upon us,
taxes. Absolutely. And a lot of the human resources laws, they're kind of vague, or they're very vague.
Right.
And then we have to wait till people go to court. So there's lawsuits, and then they get further defined. You look at some of the independent contractor rulings that have rulings from the court that have come down, as well as laws starting with AB 5, and then all of the subsequent exemptions for that. That's, whether someone's an independent contractor.
And I thought
That's
we were in a
interesting.
tough
That's a good
industry.
point. Yeah, you have so many things that you have to be involved in and your fingers in. And like you said, you go and you fight for your clients and you're our mouthpiece.
Well, we wanted to have you on today because, we think that you're doing a great job, and we hear about what you're doing in the community, and we want to give you the opportunity to, promote yourself a little bit and get the word out about your business. So just want to say thank you for coming on today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.